We all make mistakes at times. We all make choices to where you don't think about what's to come. You don't think about the consequences. You don't think about what's going to happen after you say or do these things. And when those consequences finally get to you, whether it's a short amount of time or long overdue, or when that point comes, it hits you very hard and it makes you realize what you've done wrong and what you're willing to do to change that, or at least learn from it and try to be better. And that's the state of mind I'm in right now, because last week I was in a certain state to where I just wanted to lash out, and I wanted to be against everything and everyone. I wanted to pretty much just be on my own, pretty much a lone wolf, so to speak. And after a couple of days of just being in that zone, and then after I went to the gym the other day. I went to the gym on Wednesday, May 15th, and went to the gym for 2.5 hours. I cleared my head. I worked out very hard, and I cleared my head. And I'm no longer in that zone. I'm no longer in that frame of mind of fuck everybody, against everyone, don't care about others. And I realized that was one of the dumbest things I could ever do. To be against those, especially those who are there by my side through thick or thin, good, bad, or indifferent. And I honestly feel that I've done them wrong. There's only one specific person I've done wrong, and I feel like I need to, apologize for that, but I don't know. Everybody deserves, I don't know if it's a second chance I should say, but at least people should at least understand where they're coming from. I won't even lie. Like, this has nothing to do with wrestling. I'm just saying this out loud now because I just need to get this off my chest. I was feeling a certain way last week. Like this past weekend, Saturday to be specific, I felt lonely as hell, because for the past 4 months I've been riding high, so to speak. I felt like I was on cloud 9, to where, I have friends, girlfriends, all this stuff. I had everybody just around me, and I felt good about that. And I felt like everything was slowly coming to an end with no reason whatsoever. And I felt like everybody was distancing themselves from me. So I just took it out in a way where I didn't text anybody. I exit out of group chats. I've left everything, and I just said, you know what? I'm just gonna focus on me. I'm gonna focus on myself, because that's what I should have done this entire time. That was the mindset I had. I should have focused on myself. Fuck all these other people, because all these other people mean nothing. But in reality, that's not the case at all. That is not the case at all. And the feeling of you could potentially lose somebody in your life is, it's almost heartbreaking, and to sit here and to think about that, it gets to you, and it makes you come up with these theories in your head and situations. Even though they'll say they won't leave you, but in the end, you sit there and you think and in the end, you don't know if they will still stick by their word. That's just how I felt. That I'm just gonna leave it at that. That I felt like I made a mistake. Okay, I made a mistake on trying to cancel everybody out, even though there was no reason to. Where I could have talked to somebody, but in the end, I shut them out when I shouldn't have. I should have talked to them. But then I decided to go about it differently. Welcome to the 7 Days Podcast, where today we'll be talking about the rumors roundup and Sasha Banks reporting, talking about the rumors about her leaving WWE. Another disgruntled superstar release request rejected, and a superstar working injured. Let's start with the rumor roundup, so I can give my thoughts on what's going on as of late. And I'm seeing a lot of news. And do I need to go into discussion about AEW? I don't think so. It's been said already. Okay, AEW got TV deal, TNT. All I'm focusing on is that, alright, good, you got your TV deal. Are you going to be, broadcasting in Canada? For God's sakes, please. There's Sportsnet, TSN, Spike, the game show, the game channel, something, please. Anything in Canada that I can get my hands on, because I don't want to do what I do for Impact, watch it on my laptop, and I just don't want to do that. I want to watch it on TV like how I watch WWE television, So I don't need to go into AEW. I'm glad that they got a TV deal. I'm happy for that, and I can't wait to see what happens by the end of the year. I'm not saying, fuck WWE, even though I don't feel like watching their stuff anymore, but I still do out of habit. But even though I feel a certain way about WWE, I don't want to pretty much, wish failure upon them. I don't. I want them to succeed. And I look at AEW as not only as a great way to, a new lease on life as a wrestling fan, but also a way for WWE to finally, do proper stuff backstage. That way, creatively, things will be a lot better. That's how I look at it. So let's hope things will go out great. Rumor roundup from CagesideSeats.com here on May 16th. Take this with a few grains of salt, but a caller to PW Torch Wade's Killer Pro Wrestling Post show, claiming to be friends with 3 WWE writers, said the most frustrated person in the back every single night is Triple H, stating that Triple H is, I guess, frustrated with things how going with maybe his NXT guys, his NXT stars, or just how things are backstage in WWE because of Vince McMahon. And honestly, I don't know how true that is. I don't want to say, yeah, of course you'll be frustrated, but then again, you married the man's daughter, for God's sakes. Okay, I'm sure you know how he is. So I'm sure things backstage, obviously Vince McMahon can be a handful to deal with, but I don't know, man. You work for the dude. If you feel frustrated, why don't you just sit down with him, talk to him one-on-one, be like, Pops, I'm not liking what's going on backstage, just something. Go backstage and just do all that. WrestlingNews.co had that story, along with another instance of Trips liking then unliking a fan tweet which was critical of Vince McMahon. Someone said that it was a troll. I watched Cultaholic on YouTube, their news segment, their news video with I believe it was Jack and Sam, right? And they said it was a work. Someone reported that it was a work. So That's how Triple H is. He likes to work people. You know what I mean? So I can believe that Triple H was working fans. I mean, he wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that. He knows how this works. He knew if he did something like that, everybody would be clamoring about it. Everybody would be talking about it. Everybody would be like, oh, so Triple H is with us. Oh, like he know he was doing. Come on, man. Unless somebody came out and said, yeah, Triple H is pissed. Like, he's fucking pissed. Like, no one's going to say that. No one's going to come out and be like, you know, Triple H is upset with backstage. No, nobody. You know, so I'm not going to take these, you know, stuff going on backstage. When it comes to backstage stuff, I don't take them seriously that much because I don't know if they're true or not. If I was there, you know, then I'd be like, yeah, it was true. But, nah. Andrade, news about Andrade. Andrade has a lot of backing in WWE right now. According to Wrestling Observer's Dave Meltzer, he says Andrade will continue to feud with Finn Bálor for the IC title after Money in the Bank. I made a rant on this podcast 2-3 weeks ago regarding Andrade not getting his Intercontinental title match for against Finn Bálor for the championship. I'm like, where is it at? If Charlotte Flair defeated Bayley for the title, or for an opportunity at the title, and Lacey Evans defeated Natalya for an opportunity at the championship, why didn't Andrade get his shot yet? I understand that they have a match on Money in the Bank, they're in the same match, but I mean, like, you couldn't do it on SmackDown before, you know, Money in the Bank? Well, no, I don't know. We'll see. I would give Andrade the title match against Finn Bálor either on a SmackDown episode, but they gotta make it big, but they're probably not. Or do it on the next pay-per-view, which they're probably gonna do it at WWE. I was gonna say Sands of Time, but no, it's not. It's Super Showdown once again. So yeah, it's kind of like when WWE used One Night Stand from ECW, and they put it to their own pay-per-view. So it's kind of like that. So Andrade, looking to continue his feud with Finn Bálor for the Intercontinental title, thankfully, and that makes sense because Andrade has pinned Finn Bálor 2 to 3 times over the last couple of weeks, whether it's a one-on-one, fatal 4-way, or tag team matches. So Andrade is kind of 3-0, or 3-1 rather, against Finn Bálor. Anyways, Meltzer also reported that AEW plans to hold some of their pay-per-views in the United Kingdom to cultivate their market there. Smart move. Smart move. Maybe they'll come over to Canada. I would love to go. Maybe the Rebel Complex or the Rico or now the Coca-Cola Coliseum. That bullshit over there. Somewhere. You know, maybe not the Scotiabank Arena because that's, I don't know if they're going to be able to pull that off. But if they are, I'm going. I'm going. The Observer said that following Silver King's death, God rest his soul, by the way, at a show in London last week, MLW and AEW plan to have the referees trained in CPR. Makes sense. That's actually great. Makes sense. Because man's out here are dying. I can't believe... the last time I remember somebody dying in the ring was when that one guy in Mexico, when he was facing Rey Mysterio in a multi-man match. Maybe it was a 6-man tag. And Rey Mysterio went for the 619, but then when he hit it and he got back on his feet, the dude was still on the ropes, and it's like, the fuck was that? And then the man was out. So, damn, that's one way to go. I guess he took that dying in the ring seriously, you know? Like, he had that much love for wrestling that he's like, if there's anywhere I want to die, it's in this squared circle. So, God rest both of their souls respectively. Sportskeeda, I'm sorry, I've been up for about 2-3 hours. That's why I'm talking like this and acting like this, because I've been up for, it's early in the morning for me. Well, not early, it's like late in the morning, like 9 something a.m., but I just have something on my mind that's really bothering me, and that's why I had that 5-minute opening, because I just felt I had to get that off my chest, whether people are listening or not. I just had to get that off my chest, because I just feel a certain way about certain somebody, and I feel like I gotta figure out how to make this right. Yeah. WWE news from Sportskeeda. Sasha Banks finally responds to rumors about leaving WWE. I really hate Sportskeeda sometimes because it's like, what's the story? I don't want to read all this shit. I really don't. It's like, what's the story? Sasha Banks, former four-time women's champion, tag team champion, rumors about her leaving after WrestleMania 35, blah, 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 whatever. The heart of the matter, that's the important part. When a fan accused Sasha Banks of being selfish for leaving the company, which fans like that are really stupid, but okay, Banks simply responded by asking, who said that? Implying that there wasn't ever any thought about leaving WWE in the first place. So Smith or Smythe, okay, SMY, the doll, the what? Oh, okay, Smythe the Wonder or okay, no, it's Smith the Wonder. There we go. It has to be. Because it's SMYTHE the DA Wonder. So I'm gonna assume that the name is Smith the Wonder. I'm gonna assume. I probably fucked that up. I know I did, but whatever. Smith the Wonder said, I unfortunately sided with WWE in this case of Sasha Banks. Quitting because you don't want to lose is extremely selfish. As a four-time women's champion who never defended the title after 30 days, Smith the Wonder, but I digress, and the first women's tag team champion who never had a proper title reign. Anyways, a lot of the women put you over for you to walk out like this? Hashtag ungrateful. And then Sasha really just said, who said that? Who said all this shit? Who said that? Who said that? So, and then Smith the Wonder, oh. Smith the Wonder says, next, the internet. If it's not true, you gotta let us know. The company legit needs you. You see what happens to the ratings when you left TV. And then Sasha Banks says, the internet. And then puts a gif of SpongeBob, like a bird. You know that, like one episode of SpongeBob when he was acting like a bird for some reason, or a chicken maybe, I don't know. But yeah, she put out a gif and all that. It's good to see that Banks has finally spoken about these rumors, even if it was just a brief response. Either way, it was going to be interesting to see what she does when she does return. Her return feels like it's needed for the women's division. We can only assume at this point because we have no idea when she plans to return. Hopefully, it's sooner than later, and it means it means her getting back into the singles title contention. Smith the Wonder, you fucking moron. I'm sorry. The internet. Oh my god. You never want to say, oh, the internet said you'll be leaving WWE because you didn't want to lose. You don't say the internet says this to a fucking wrestler. You never should ever say that. Want to know why? Because they can instantly shut that down so quick. And she did that just by saying, in quotes, the internet. So, those two words, in quotes, in air quotes pretty much. Her saying that on Twitter is basically her saying, you fucking moron. So you believe what the internet says? Okay. See, all I'm saying is this, bro. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. If she leaves, and I'm behind her 100%. If she stays, she stays, and I'm with her 100%. I'm not like these fucking idiots. Look, just because she wants to quit, or that's what people were saying, that she wanted to quit because she lost the championship or she didn't want to lose. It's not that she didn't want to lose. It's that she didn't want to freaking have a mediocre or non-existent title reign. That was the issue. If all these shits were true, if that was true, then this whole thing would have been about her not wanting to lose the titles in short fashion. She wanted to have a long title reign. She wanted better instead of suffering or settling for mediocre, for settling for less. You should always want more, but some people always look at it like, oh, take what you can get. Well, she took what she got, and she wanted to exceed what she got. She wanted to have a long title reign to at least put her on that pedestal. Her and Bayley, to put them on that pedestal to where people look at them like, yeah, they were tag team champions. Look at the Iconics. Does anyone care that they are the tag team champion? No, they do not. Nobody cares about the Iconics at this point. Nobody cares about the tag team division overall. Nobody. Okay? The fact that Asuka and freaking Kairi Sane are called the Kabuki Warriors. The Kabuki freaking Warriors. Oh. God damn it. Oh my god. I mean, I actually got used to the Viking Raiders now. Because I watch NXT and they went with the Viking Raiders now, right? And the fact that in NXT, the Viking Raiders doesn't sound so cringy anymore. Right? And the way how Mauro Ranallo uses the words, the Viking experience, the way he uses it in a sentence, it's like, oh, this is a Viking experience that only Lorcan does not want to experience or does not like or something like that. It's like, okay, that's how you use it. Now that's a freaking move. Like a moron like Cole, you know, or WWE Vince McMahon to be exact, you know, like, just use something or take something and try to put it in somewhere it will work. Morrow did that on NXT, but yet Raw can't do that. Michael Cole cannot do that. Tragic. Anyways, I don't want to go on too long because I don't want to beat something that to the keep going on and on and on. I don't want to do that. WWE Rumors. Another disgruntled WWE superstar's release request rejected. So Lio Rush. I see Lio Rush. WWE are having a mini crisis at the moment as several superstars have asked for their release, and now it seems that Lio Rush, who has had a few backstage issues with superstars and personnel, has asked for his release, which has been rejected by WWE as per Wrestling Observer newsletter. So Lio Rush has been trying to leave. Lio Rush saying that he hasn't got paid enough, and he hasn't got money for meet and greets that he's done with Bobby Lashley, and you know, all that other stuff, right? How did it matter? Wrestling Observer newsletter via Cage-Side Seats has reported that Rush, like Harper, has also asked for his release after being unhappy with the pay he's been offered on the main roster, but WWE has reportedly rejected his release request. He may have to stay until his contract runs out. Rush was offered a $300,000 contract on a 5-year deal, which he is rumored to have rejected. He also reportedly asked WWE to release him rather than send him to NXT. Sasha Banks is said to be unhappy in WWE, while Harper also asked for his release, which was also rejected by WWE. What's next? Lio Rush is not a part of WWE's European tour. Hasn't appeared with Bobby Lashley since reports of his unhappiness broke out. So, tragic. You know, Lio Rush tried to leave. He was offered $300,000, but WWE's like, nah. Lio Rush said no to that, and he's asking for his release. He said he wants him to be gone. He doesn't want to go back to NXT, which I don't know why I would take that offer. I'm not gonna lie. If I was Harper, Tyler Breeze, somebody backstage who WWE's not using, hey yo, can y'all send me back to Florida? Can I go back to NXT, please? I mean, I don't want to ask you for my release because I know I'm not gonna get it. So can you at least give me my NXT, you know, permission? Can I go back? Can I go back to the black and yellow brand, the best brand in WWE today? Please. Oh my God. So I could see Leo Rush being gone, and I could see him anywhere else. I don't want to say AEW immediately because, it's too easy. It's too easy. It's too easy for me to say that. WWE Rumours, Raw superstar reportedly working injured. Uh-oh. I don't like it when my superstars are injured. I don't like that at all. Alright, what's the story? Braun Strowman is currently working with an injury, according to Wrestling Observer Radio. The Monster among Men was pulled out of the Money in the Bank ladder match after he lost his spot in a match with Sami Zayn. Falls Can Anywhere, which was a good match, honestly. It was entertaining. But I kind of tuned out when Corbin got involved and then McIntyre got involved. I was like, fucking hell. Because I'm thinking, they might feud again. But then I'm thinking, well, it makes sense. They're part of the match. You got to get rid of the biggest threat. And Strowman won the damn thing last year. What if he wins it this year? So they might as well get him out of the match. Put Sami Zayn, who was not that much of a threat. And, yeah, there you go. Because Strowman was a freaking monster last year, Money in the Bank. So it made sense, and I'm actually okay that they actually made sense out of that whole Falls Can Anywhere match. That they actually got other superstars involved. And, yeah. So, hard to matter. Rumors suggested that Braun was having a lot of backstage heat, and that was the reason why he was pulled out of the Money in the Bank ladder match. However, they mentioned now reports that it might be because of his injury. On Wrestling Observer Radio, he said, "You notice Braun's injured? He had the big band on his arm like you would if you had a thing and your elbow hurts or your bicep. It's just a little bit scary, usually put that band down, kind of like an elbow pad thing, but he had it up, and that usually means that you got like a significant bicep or tricep injury. He's hurt. I mean, he's clearly hurt, but he's not hurt enough to be taking time. That's not why he's in the match." Braun has been wearing a medical assistance band for a couple of weeks now. I didn't even notice. I thought it was just another part for his attire. That's what I thought. But it wasn't expected to be this serious. Well, with Braun out of the match, the superstars in the match now are Zayn, Ali, Ricochet, Bálor, McIntyre, Orton, Corbin, and Andrade. El Ídolo! So, yeah. Honestly, I looked at it as, I don't like you. I don't want you in the match. Replace him. Replace him. That's how I look at it. So, to know that he was hurt, I mean, sucks that you were hurt, but you weren't supposed I didn't want you in the match to begin with. So, win-win for me. I'm sorry. I just don't care about Braun Strowman. I had stopped caring about Braun since Crown Jewel. I stopped caring about Braun Strowman since he got fucking buried by Brock Lesnar, Crown Jewel. After that, I don't care. I don't give a shit no more. And then he ruined himself with that stupid promo, fucking talking to himself on camera, trying to remember his fucking lines. Oh, that was bad. Sorry. Who knew that Braun Strowman teaming up with a child would be his downfall? That was probably one of his highlights of his career, but it was his downfall. It was his downfall in his WWE run so far. It's tragic. Because after that, he went on to win the Greatest Royal Rumble, which led to nothing. Won Money in the Bank, which led to nothing. He feuded with Roman Reigns. He fucking turned heel on Roman Reigns, which didn't make any sense. And then he joined up with McIntyre and Ziggler. Yeah, it's just bad, dude. Just bad. And then he turned heel. He turned face again because Roman got diagnosed with leukemia. So, yeah. Just awful. I'm sorry. Okay, let's go back to Cage Seats for a rumor roundup for May 15th. The Observer noted that the wrestlers who showed up at the upfront presentations wasn't indicative of any beyond WWE wanting star power. So, Ronda Rousey at the Fox upfront to promote SmackDown doesn't necessarily mean she'll be working at that show. I mean, didn't she sign? I heard she signed a 3-year deal, didn't she? So she should be able to she might be able to work that unless she gets pregnant with by the time comes. By the time SmackDown goes to Fox, maybe she might be preggo. So we don't know what's gonna happen. You know, based on what everyone else is saying, that she gonna go home and have kids with her husband and Travis Brown. You know, I think that's a dude's name, right? I don't know. I'm sorry, I just don't care about personal relationships. I just don't. Like, Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch getting together, you know, making out, whatever, backstage. There's a photo on Twitter. Look, cool. I'm just saying, dude, I'm not a big fan of trying to get involved in WWE superstars' personal business because I don't care, because I shouldn't care. Like, yeah, you're happy. Great. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have to be like, oh, so what are you guys gonna do? You guys gonna go out? Gonna go do this? You guys are gonna... No, I don't care. I don't care. Just stop. And when I see other people do that, it drives me nuts a little bit. It's like, why do you... Is your life that boring? Like, do you not have anything going on with your life that you have to be so involved with others? You know? Like, personal lives. Like, if it's a wrestler on television, then I don't care. You know, like, oh, Seth Rollins and AJ Styles, you know. Like, I'm trying to care about their build for their matchup. Stuff like that. Or Becky Lynch's whole title run so far. You know, stuff like that. But when it's, like, real-life people backstage, you know, I'm not a big fan of that. Anyways, per Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio, Baron Corbin is being built up for a match with Seth Rollins, and it might happen at Extreme Rules. Wow. Now, it makes sense because Corbin has been getting these wins all of the sudden, these big wins, being a part of big matches. It kind of makes sense. I think they've been doing this since I think they made him constable. Ever since he made him constable, they're like, yo, we're going to try to push this guy, but we're not going to do it right now because we have a lot going on. But eventually, time goes on, his time will come. He became constable, then he went out to become assistant general manager, or then acting general manager or whatnot. And then he got involved in big situations at Survivor Series, I think. I believe he was a part of a match with Seth Rollins on Raw for the Intercontinental Championship, TLC to be exact, TLC match on Raw, before the TLC pay-per-view itself. He lost to Braun Strowman because other mans got involved, Angle, Apollo, I believe Zack Ryder was there, yeah. And then after that, you know, did nothing much, feuded with, I guess, the Shield after that by Fastlane time, and then went on to face Kurt Angle. So, yeah, it makes sense that Corbin is being built up this way. That way, when Seth Rollins gets through AJ Styles, I guess, based on this report, well, who knows? We might see AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin for the WWE Championship. I mean, Corbin did beat AJ Styles for the United States title 2 years ago, or a year and a half ago, rather, at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. So, got to keep that in mind. So, Corbin being built up, yeah, fair enough. We need heels, though. We need heels, and even though I'm not a fan of, I'm a fan of Corbin being a heel because that's what I want to be if I'm a wrestler. I want you to hate me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want it to be like Kevin Owens. Like, you like me, you like how I'm a dickhead, how I'm an asshole and shit like that. No. I want you to despise me. I want you to go. I don't want go away heat. That's the thing, though. But I want you people to buy tickets to see me get my ass kicked by someone I'm facing. You know what I mean? That's the type of heel I want. That's the type of heel I want to be. Kind of like almost a Triple H like in the 99, 2000. But not 2002, 2004, where you don't want to show up or watch the fucking program because, you know, Reign of Terror, you know? I don't want you to go through that. Just saying. So Corbin being built up, that's nice. You know, I just hope he doesn't win the Universal title because, for fuck's sake. Corbin as a champion, I'm sorry, it just doesn't work. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, it just doesn't work. Get him away from McIntyre, for fuck's sake. Please, get him away from McIntyre. Anyways, speaking of which, advertisements indicate that match is happening at Extreme Rules. Kofi Kingston versus Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton, and Roman Reigns versus Shane McMahon, and Elias is being also advertised. So, fuck, dude, a handicap match? Roman, Shane, and Elias? Really? Why? I don't... Like, Kingston versus Owens and Randy Orton, that's a good match I want to see. Kingston being involved with Orton and then Owens, fam, I have no problem with that. But Shane and Roman and Elias, for fuck's sake, can we end this, please? And so what? This whole Roman Reigns authority shit's gonna keep going on till SummerSlam? Please, I mean, I understand I shouldn't really be complaining because Roman Reigns is not in the WWE Championship picture, but I won't be surprised if Roman Reigns is facing Kofi Kingston for the WWE Championship at SummerSlam. I won't be surprised one bit. Because, you know, that's where you won the Universal Championship last year. So, I wouldn't be surprised if he just wins a number one contenders match, earn his way to a WWE title match against Kofi Kingston, and we get that match. And then the big dog will be reigning supreme over Kofi Kingston. The 11 years of Kingston not being champion and finally getting the belt, ultimately to lose to the big dog. I can see that coming now. And I can see the booze. Oh, the booze. I can see it now. PW Insider notes that there are wrestlers within WWE who don't want to make the trip to Saudi Arabia for the Super Showdown on June 7th. I mean, I don't blame you. I don't blame you for feeling this way because... But then again, you know, the pay, though. You gotta keep that in mind, man. You gotta keep that in mind. Sometimes, you gotta be selfish. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's you and your family in the end of the day. So, if you don't do it, you're not gonna get the massive pay. But if you do it, you get the nice pay. You know, go on vacation a bit. Just gotta work one night. You know, bare hours. A lot of hours to get there. But just one night, just gotta work. But I'm sure got a couple of days of chilling and relaxing in Saudi Arabia. Even though Saudi Arabia, I'm sure, is not really a country that people want to be in. I'm sure, but you get the point. Only people I know that doesn't want to go would be, I guess, Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns. I heard Roman Reigns didn't want to go to Crown Jewel, so maybe that might be the case here, that he's not going to show up at Crown Jewel. I won't be surprised if Elias and Shane beat up Roman at Money in the Bank. Or, no, not Money in the Bank, sorry. Maybe on SmackDown, they'll beat him up bad to where he'll be off TV, so that'll be an excuse for him to not show up for Super Showdown. I won't be surprised if that happened. Or somebody else than fucking Shane McMahon and Elias. I love Shane. Shane as a heel is getting annoying. I'm not gonna lie. At first it was great, and then I got tired of the stupid ring announcing, you know, best in the world. I'm tired of that, bro. I'm tired. Can something else, please? And the fact that he wrestled on SmackDown this week. Shane McMahon wrestled on SmackDown. I thought you were an authority figure. Why the fuck are you in wrestling matches? Oh, God. Like, Triple H is the exception. He was a wrestler before he was an authority figure. That is completely different. Shane McMahon was an authority figure through thick or thin, and now all of a sudden, he wants to play wrestler? I'm sorry. New Japan World, this is the last one, is at its highest level of subscribers, even after Don Taku, says the Wrestling Observer newsletter. I have no idea what that means. If you watch New Japan, could you explain that? What that sounds good. You know what I'm saying? Sounds good, but I'm just saying, I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. Oh, Asuka does explain. Okay, good. Thank you. Okay, so Asuka explains the Kabuki warrior names. Now, from what I've heard from others, people are saying that's a dancing or a singing thing. Oh, okay. So, Asuka tweeted out here, Kabuki Manu, Sengoku, or Edo period eccentric, who attracted public attention with their eye-catching clothes, peculiar hairstyle, and weird behavior. So I guess that's who Asuka is. Eccentric. Edo period eccentric who attracts attention, public, peculiar hairstyle, weird behavior, eye-catching clothes. Maybe, I mean, then that should have been your fucking nickname, because that's who you are, man. That's who you are, Asuka. You've been this way for fucking 43 years now. 43 years now you've been like this, okay? I don't really see that in Kairi Sane. She's the fucking pirate, okay? I don't know. Maybe she is the Edo period eccentric who attracted public attention. Maybe that might be the case. You're still allowed to dislike the names WWE used for Asuka's team with Kairi Sane. Heck, you could even argue that just because a Japanese person came up with it and likes the idea, that doesn't make it devoid of stereotypical overtones or the product of a system within which that person feels they need to emphasize their nationality in order to succeed. But after a tweet from Paige reaffirmed that Zayn and Asuka are the ones who wanted to use Kabuki in their name, this one from the Empress of Tomorrow explaining why she wanted to use the word definitely makes it clear, and the Pirate Princess are on the board. Pun semi intended. Okay. It makes sense, even if I think there were better options available for all kinds of reasons, but we can all agree they have to do better with their entrance music, right? At first, I was digging the entrance music, it was Kairi Sane's, din, 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 like, and then after that, Asuka's music hits, like, after, but what I don't like is that they play Kairi Sane's intro, and then they play Asuka's intro after. Stupid. You should have played Kairi Sane's intro, and then Asuka's theme, and then after some of the lyrics, and then you put Kairi Sane's theme, and then something like that, Rated R KO style, like you had Randy Orton stuff, hey, nothing you can say, nothing gonna change what you done to me, now it's time to shine, I'm gonna take what's mine, and then Edge's theme song, on this day, I see clearly, they did it in a way where it sounded great. That's what they need to do, instead of just taking one theme, and then one theme, like it's a fucking DJ playing one song and another, and they pause this one, and they play this one, and they pause that one, and they play this one. Come on. Stop it. Alright, let's talk about Money in the Bank before I go. Maybe I should... Yeah, we're like 43 minutes in. Actually, you know what? I'm going to give my predictions in another video on another time. So, hope you guys enjoyed the 7 Days podcast. I want to end this here. If you guys can, please leave a like, subscribe. Thank you guys for listening. Just want to get out what I had to say at the beginning and then talk about what's going on in the news of WWE. If you guys can, check out my other videos I've uploaded this week. And I'll see you guys next time, and I'm out. Later.